little half-size violin number 201. I'm going to adjust the string height a little bit and clean all these stickers off. I've already got some of the tape off, but get the neck cleaned up. The pegs are kind of sticking and slipping, so I'm going to tweak those a little bit and get them turning and holding right. Other than that, it'll be ready for strings after today. This one had a loose fingerboard that needed to be re-glued. Here's a picture of some of the pads that were all dry rotted and crusty. This one needed the strings lowered and the bridge refitted to the top. All of the bridges were too tall. This pencil line indicates how much it needed to be lowered to have optimal string height. Number 202 here. I think it's a quarter size little guy. I'm gonna clean off this nasty. These are all dry rotted. I don't think people would want to reuse them anyway since they're cloth. Same for those little pads that were up there, were all dry rotted. And I'm gonna take the tape off of these, clean up the fingerboard. I've already pre-shaped the bridge, and I'm gonna check those tuners and get this guy cleaned up and ready for a new set of strings. And it'll be ready for concert. Alright, got all of the fingerboards. I use a buffing method, no polishes or anything, that finally work up to a really smooth fingerboard for nice clear notes. This is the last one that I'm working on. At this point, all of them have been cleaned up and polished, all the stickers removed, all the sticky residue, all the melted rubber bands and pads and all that crazy stuff that stuck to them is all gone. They're now clean. The fingerboards are smooth and polished so they can properly play. The nut height has been adjusted on all of them, and so has the saddle height. Those probably were never done at the factory, so makes it incredibly difficult to play. So right now, I just wanted to document the last bit of this process, and I am going to assemble all of everything back together with the strings. Oh yes, also the pegs have all been properly fitted with the shaving. The insides refitted, and wherever it's at, I have it's a special little tool that basically shaves it like a pencil shaver, so that these are perfectly fitted with each other, so that these will perfectly fit and hold a nice snug tune. And each one, as you'll see, gets a little bit of this paste for tuning, which makes them super easy to tune. They'll hold their tune, but they'll turn smoothly. They don't get stuck. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and string it up. This is a special tool for violins. It has the same taper as the tuning pegs, and it trues up the inside of the hole for the tuning peg. And I have another tool here that's matched to it, and it trues up the tuning pegs, which get warped over time. After they've been shaved down, I have to stain them black again. Here we go, so that they look like ebony. Now that the pegs have been refitted and recolored, I put paste on each of them and refit them back in the holes. And then I'm going to find the right string for each one and start stringing them up. I use a little piece of yellow tape you see there, which will help me keep the bridge in alignment. And I use a little piece of paper under the tailpiece, which I highly recommend. It keeps the bridge itself from scratching the top of the violin. It's a tricky part while stringing it up to keep the bridge standing up straight, because the strings tightening will pull it over. During the final stage, I noticed here that the sound post had come loose. So because of that, you'll get to witness on this video replacing the sound post, which basically this little piece, if you ever hear one rolling around in there, the strings need to be loosened until this can be put back. There's a brace that runs under here on this side to support the bass side. They call it the bass bar, but there is no brace running along the inside on the treble side under this treble foot. So all the weight and the tension coming down, there's nothing under it but just the soundboard. So in the original design of the violin, there's a sound post that wedges kind of not right under it, but right behind it, not to this way and not to that way, right behind it. There's a trick to that. So that's this next step, but also a very important step. Without the sound post, the top will crack with the strings under tension, and even if it's in the wrong place, it can also cause a crack in the soundboard. Putting this in here is much like building a ship in a bottle. You're trying to get the little post to stand up straight and hold in place by friction. All right, it is up to 10 and easy to play. Fingerboard is cleaned up, pegs are fitting nice, turning and tuning smooth and holding their tune. The bridge is fitted. Everything about this little guy is ready to go. I usually put just a scrap from the strings pack in there in case somebody wants to buy a replacement string or something like that. They know what strings are on it so they can match.